watching movies and jamming out. K-Flix 198.4 Fiction Radio.
Ooh, yeah. Welcome back to K-Flix Fiction Radio. And you're going to get more than 3 minutes of playtime. All right, I don't want to do the voice the whole time for this intro, but it's going to be a fun show. This is going to be Macho Man.
It hurts.
It does hurt.
I don't know how he did it.
I mean, you got to do it a little bit, though, but...
Oh, yeah. Yeah, dude, we're doing a new thing, kind of.
Yeah.
Came from you.
It did?
It's not a movie. It's not a TV show, but it is a fictional artist. It is Macho Man, the rapper, and his album, his 2003 album, Be a Man.
This album came out the year we graduated high school, Dustin.
I know.
Yes, this is a new thing for us to cover. It is a different thing for us to cover. But fun fact, Macho Man is not his real name, so it is a fictional character making music, and he makes it in the character of Macho Man because he cuts a diss track against Hulk Hogan. He's got a tribute song to Mr. Perfect. This is in the character of Macho Man Randy Savage.
Oh, very much so. There's no arguing that it's fictional. I would buy that it's just a fictional rap persona anyway, but yes, you're totally right. The fact that the entirety of Macho Man is a fictional persona because that's how wrestling works.
Macho Man Randy Savage was a wrestler that was larger than life on screen while he was wrestling. He still has one of the greatest flying elbow drops from the turnbuckle that I've ever seen.
Yeah, like you were saying the other day, it looks like a still image of someone flying through the air with their elbow out. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, every time he did it, it was so picturesque. It just looks like a photograph is flying through the air and then it lands on somebody. It's so cool. He was also just a super decorated wrestler. He was a 3-time NWA Mid-America Heavyweight Champion, a 2-time WWF World Heavyweight Champion, and, dude, he was the 10th ever Intercontinental Champion in WWF, and he's still the 4th longest reigning champion with 414 days.
Holy shit.
And, of course, he was the WCW World Heavyweight Champion 4 times.
Oh, they tossed it around weekly. if I do recall. WCW was like they kickstarted the Attitude Era of WWE, right? They went, hey, we're going to make this move faster. We're going to have it be more dramatic. And WWE responded and swallowed them. Eventually.
Yep.
That said, we're already talking quite a bit about pro wrestling. You don't have to be into pro wrestling to enjoy this episode. I promise.
Absolutely not. You got to acknowledge where the Macho Man Randy Savage comes from.
Sure.
You can't just leap into the music. It's not like music was his whole life. This was his only endeavor into the field.
That's true. Although he promised multiple times that it wouldn't be. Like he said when this album came out, this is my new thing. There's more coming.
I wish there would have been more.
I wish.
Do you know how this album came about, Dustin?
I don't. No, I don't. There's a lot I couldn't figure out about this album.
Okay.
Just looking at the production of it, there's not a lot of ties to mainstream rap or mainstream media. It seems to be a small collective of folks who put this amazing piece of work together.
That's true. It is a small collective of people that made this fantastic rap album for Macho Man Randy Savage, but I was able to find some cool facts through an article I found via Vice called Throwback Thursday Inside Be a Man, Macho Man Randy Savage's ridiculous rap album.
Oh, lay it on me.
So the founder of Big 3 Records, which, by the way, just as a separate fun fact, made 2 records for Cheap Trick. One in 2003 called The Special One, and then again in 2006 a record called Rockford, which is a tribute to their hometown.
I think I saw this. Were they live albums? One of them was live, right?
I don't know.
I think one of them was live.
Anyway, the founder of Big 3 Records, his name is Bill Edwards. He was leaving a business meeting meeting at the St. Petersburg Don Caesar Hotel and just so happened to run into Randy Macho Man Savage on his way out. And then they had a conversation. Randy was, sort of trepidatious about doing a rap album, but Bill thought that it would be fun and it would be a successful thing for him to do. He put Randy at ease by letting him know that he had people to take care of him and sort of walk him through the process. Those people being the Rascals. And that is a group of 4 men: Ted Howard, Khalid Keane, Brian Overton, and Jerome Rome Jefferson. The album took about a year to make, and by all accounts, Randy was a super hard worker, just like he was in the ring, would show up early, would leave late, take people out to post-production dinners after recording days, and just shoot hoops with people to blow off steam and on the recording downtime.
That wrestling work ethic borders on military.
It really does. Yeah. And occasionally there would just be impromptu wrestling matches that would happen in the studio. And Ted Howard claims to have been pile driven through the floor one day, which is great. It's so great.
What?
Yeah.
Through the floor? What does that
Through
mean?
the floor. I don't know, but I want to know.
What kind of floor are we talking about? I mean, he lived, so, Yeah.
Yeah, just a weak spot in the floor or something? I don't know. That was the quote that was in the Vice article.
That's amazing. Don't have a hard time believing at all that it was a super fun time making this record.
Yeah. And then I do have a quote from Bill Edwards in this Vice article. He says, of Randy Savage, "He has this unique voice that nobody else has. I thought that his notoriety and popularity and everything would carry a record. Just the fact that it was Macho Man, people would come."
Oh, sure. I mean, well, that was a thing people were doing and continue doing, like novelty albums. I'm a rapper now, I'm a singer now, whatever. Shaq had a rap album, famously.
He had more than one rap album and is still a DJ right now.
He's a pretty good DJ.
He is a pretty good DJ.
It's cool. It's just cool that, Shaq could do nothing forever and be fine, but he continues to work, he continues to hustle doing the general car ads and stuff, but then also he'll just show up and DJ and it's he practiced this craft. He's not just pretending. He put the work into learning how to use the equipment.
Shaq has diversified himself to a level that a lot of people don't get to. He even has a fast food chain, fast food chicken chain. Good for Shaq.
Good for Shaq. Anyway, point is, people have tried this. It's along the same line. Snoop Dogg became a reggae guy for a minute.
Dude, Andre 3000 only plays the flute now.
Andre 3000 only plays the flute now. I guess that is similar. It used to feel more like a publicity stunt. When you see something like this. When I was oh, Macho Man's got an album. I was okay. Macho Man's got an album. Cool. And, in a sense, that means your guy Bill, the owner of the record company, is right. It will drive sales or listens, in today's market.
I mean, this album is still living on. We're talking about it in 2025.
We sure are.
So what do you say we stop tap dancing around this glorious rap music that the Macho Man has given us and we dive head first into this thing here, Dustin?
Oh, I'm so ready. Let's get into it.
And we're also not going to withhold the Be a Man song for the entire episode. We're not going to save that for the end, but we are going to give you sort of a little bit of a warm up right now. And we're going to start with the song Are You Ready?, which is written by Rascal members Khalid Keane and Brian Overton.
It's a savage man with a master plan. I got you waving your hands saying, that's my jam. Now, everybody's kind of shocked and amazed that Macho Man's got you hitting the days. And I'm about to start a brand new rap craze, cause I'll crush you in the ring as well as the stage. So everybody, come on, put your hands up high, cause we're coming with a sound that you can't deny. It's the MACHOMAN. No, I'm not playing, I got the place in man. Are y'all ready for this? Cause if y'all pump your fists like this, are you ready? Keep it going on and on.
So, right off the bat, 2003 this came out? Yeah, 2003.
Yeah, October 2003.
Limp Bizkit had happened.
Oh, yeah. Yes, dude. Yes. That's it. Yes. Limp Bizkit's totally in the notes. Yeah, it sounds like a Limp Bizkit song for sure.
If you hold on for any reason, it's that they really do a good job on this album of hitting all the sub styles that were in 2003 on these songs.
That is going to be this entire episode is like us calling back to things that inspired all of these songs.
It's like a survey of what was in that
Yes.
moment in time. It's great.
100%. They tried so hard and succeeded, mind you, to make this sound of the time.
They definitely up front went, okay, what are all the like rap album things? Like, what are the things we need to do to put together a rap album? It's because it's got them all. I mean, the album starts with an intro track, which is like a piano track. And then we've got a point where Macho is naming and thanking all the members of the Rascal crew. We literally just heard, put your hands in the air and wave them like you just don't care, which is maybe the the most stereotypical rap line. Like, you could not put that and not have it be a full-on joke now. But they managed it.
That's true.
We've got, I think maybe this song, Are You Ready? It's either this one or the one before, is where Macho actually starts calling out like different regions of the country. West Side, South Side, etc. Yeah, they just really, they shamelessly went, we're going to do all the rap things.
For sure. Now, I couldn't think of a specific Limp Bizkit song that felt like this one, but I did find one that sort of matched in the tone and style. It's from 2000, a little song called Rock Superstar by Cypress Hill.
Oh, yeah, I remember this.
This is like the crossing the rock with the rap and not becoming new metal like Limp Bizkit was. This is more of the rock being influenced in the hip hop.
Yes.
Yeah, I just I think of Rock Superstar when I hear that.
Nice. Yeah, I would also argue kind of Rage Against the Machine was kind of one of the originators of the rap rock blend that wasn't, it wasn't like its own new, like Limp Bizkit was the next step. And Limp Bizkit's not an island. They were part of all kinds of new metal acts. Korn, etc. They're all in there.
Crazy Town.
Crazy Town, yes. Yes. Same sort of thing. And a million others. I think Rage, a little bit prior to the rest of them, was doing that, more similar to the track you just played.
Yes.
So the thing I noticed on this track is, was this like, it must have been like an intentionally like G-rated album?
Come to party, get your butt out of here. Just vacate the
Because he says, get your butt out of here.
Well, he says shit at one point in one of the songs and they cut it out.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it drops out.
Playboy model. And when they hear Macho's voice, their knees start to wobble.
And he talks about these Playboy models, when they hear Macho's voice, their knees start to wobble, which is just shy of the turning your tummy or whatever. And
From Turning Red?
From Turning Red, yeah.
They don't turn my tummy the way you do.
Yeah, so it's a family-friendly rap album. Like he was going for the
Will Smith.
Yeah.
That's what he took from Will Smith, the no cursing. We're still ramping up into Be a Man, and to get there, we're gonna hit the floor.
We coming up the top rope right now. Make some noise. Oh, here we go with a banger. The macho man and the microphone swinger. One time, ladies, here we go.
Dustin, does this voice sound like someone else to you?
DJ Pooh rock the whole damn feeling. Everybody on the right, come on. Hands in the air if you ready for the night. Take it there.
Like, I don't know who.
Oh, that didn't sound like another rapper to you.
I don't know. It's got a similar tone. Who is it?
You mentioned earlier that the people that made these songs did a lot of work to make them sound of the time. I think that a lot of the featured singers on this record also did a lot of work to sound like people of the time, and this guy's no different.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Get a little DMX action in here, some party out.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, I heard this song in my head as you were like giving me time to think about it just there.
Sure. Yeah, of course.
Yeah, I mean, they do. They pull in all these like generic versions of whoever was big.
And then just another clip from Hit the Floor real quick. Give you a little macho action.
Right back at you, Macho Man. DJs in the club, slam the jam. Coming with the heat that's sizzling hot. When they drop this beat, it's blowing up the spot. I told you before that I'm tear it up. And I'm tell you again, I'm about to kick some butt. So don't sleep. I'm constantly dropping a bomb. Like on your CD-ROM, it's MachoMan.com.
I love that one.
When you all imitate me, but it's worse if you try to intimidate me. SOHK is a curriculum that's a school of hard hard knocks, we don't pick no bumps. So you gotta be hard and expect the pass, or hit the floor real fast or fail my class. East Coast, West Coast, everybody.
Here's what you were talking about.
There's a lot of stuff in here.
Now, this song as a whole, so the guy at the beginning reminded me of DMX, but the song as a whole reminds me of this song from 2001, Let's Get Dirty, I Can Take It in the Club by Redman. This song, of course, became Dirty from Christina Aguilera.
Oh, shit. It did.
Yep. You bet it did.
I didn't know that one. Nice. I remember Dirty. I don't remember the Redman track, but I remember Dirty.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's why Redman is on the Christina Aguilera version of the song.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Real quick to go back to some other stuff from the clip you played, because it was the same clip I was going to play.
Oh, yeah.
You hit it there. The CD-ROM, the like...
MachoMan.com.
MachoMan.com, CD-ROM, like, just more like we're so with it. It's 2003. We're gonna get the kids on board by talking about computers.
Oh man.
He also, right after the CD-ROM thing, says "kick you in the butt" again, which was something he said.
Yeah. There's
in
a
the
lot of
last
kick
one.
you in the butt.
There is so much kick you in the butt, Sean. Every new song I listened to, I was like, did he just say kick in the butt again?
Yeah.
I tallied it. The intro, which we didn't cover, just like a quick sketch, but it does have kicking butt referenced in it. Are You Ready has just butt referenced.
Okay.
Hit the Floor has kick some butt. Let's Get It On has kicking butt. Remember Me has kick your butt. Tear It Up has kick some butt. Be a Man has kick ya in the butt. Get Back has kicking butts and taking names. And Gonna Be Trouble has kick your butt.
Well, you know, when you get a good catchphrase, you gotta use it.
Yeah, it's a butt kicking good time.
This whole album's a butt kicking good time, if you ask me. The next song that I would like to talk about on this show is Gonna Be Trouble, and this one has a very specific moment. I was wondering if it triggered in your head as well, Dustin.
Oh no, you better watch yourself, cause I'm bad for your health and I'm about ready to blow. Now there's gonna be trouble. Oh no, you better watch yourself, cause I'm bad for your health. You're feeling the wrath of my show. Now there's gonna be trouble.
Oh, yeah. I see where you're going with this.
Oh, you're picking up on the uh-ohs, aren't you?
Yeah.
You're laying flat on the floor. I'm the Macho Man, #1 exterminator. You see me come your way, you better say your prayers. I'm sick and tired of all the speculation. You talk that junk, now you're a hospital patient. I told you before that Randy ain't playing, now you're all walled up. That's the price you're paying.
What about you, listeners? Are you placing where that uh-oh comes from?
Is it, can I say it?
Sure, Dustin. What do you got?
I mean, are you feeling like this was maybe inspired by the song EI from the 2000 Nelly album Country Grammar? Yeah, man. Dude, Nelly, I mean, he is our hometown guy. So, like, we'll always have love for Nelly. But he was really important. More important than ever at this moment in time.
That was one of those things where I was like, "What? I know that uh-oh. Why do I know that uh-oh?" And then one day it dawned on me. I was like, "Oh, that's fucking Nelly. That's a Nelly uh-oh." I mean, it's not a sample of Nelly, but it's them trying to do that.
Oh, sure. Yeah, it's just, again, they're just taking the ladle and dragging it through the rap soup and grabbing a little bit of everything. Speaking of our hometown, and speaking of Randy Savage, before he was a rapper, he was a wrestler. We know this.
Yes.
Well, before he was a rapper, he was a Slim Jim. He was a beef jerky salesman.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
And before that, he was a wrestler. Before that, he had a baseball career. Did you know this?
I did. I've seen a few photos of him in a Cardinals jersey.
Yeah. He played for the St. Louis Cardinals. Well, he played for the Gulf Coast League Cardinals, which was the St. Louis Cardinals affiliated rookie league team. Mm-hmm. And he did that for a few years, and he eventually made his way up to Class A with the Tampa Tarpons, which was a Reds affiliated organization.
Okay.
But yeah, that was legitimately the career he was pursuing for a little while until wrestling picked up for him, and he went, I don't have time for baseball anymore. This wrestling thing's working out.
Oh, I thought he had some sort of an injury that prohibited him from playing more baseball.
No, well, maybe that played into it. He did have an injury. He had a pretty major injury that made him switch his throwing hand from right to left.
Oh.
But he did keep playing.
Fuck me.
Version of the story I've read is that he just wrestling worked out better for him. Yeah. He was injured so badly he couldn't throw with his right hand anymore, but he was able to bring it around and become a lefty for throwing. He also apparently had this like workout routine that involved hitting a swinging car tire with his bat. He would
What?
throw his legs into it, and it was so effective that coaches eventually started using it.
Wow.
As a training method. Yeah.
What a fucking champion.
So he left his mark on baseball, but he left it behind to do the wrestling thing. That was in his last season was 74, and he started wrestling in 73. So I do think it was a little bit of just this thing started to work out better for him.
Good for him. That's fucking awesome. I would not be able to do that. Like, oh, my dominant arm is fucked. Well, then I'm just fucked.
Yeah. It'd be crazy hard.
Again, hard worker. It's the work ethic.
Yeah, and the cocaine. We haven't talked about the cocaine, but
well,
and it's
too.
not confirmed, but it's presumed.
Yeah. I've seen enough glorious Macho Man interviews with Mean Gene Okerlund and seen his coke jaw and his coke tongue going crazy.
Fair. Okay. I didn't want to make any assumptions on the air. I guess you can't slander a dead man.
Well, I mean, you could. Here's the thing. The worst things we're bringing up about the man is that he was doing fucking high on coke for live television. Okay.
Yeah, it was the 70s. Who wasn't?
There's a lot of people that were doing that.
Sure. All right, Sean, let's hit him with the title track. Let's talk about Be a Man.
Hell yeah. This song is written by Khaled Keane, Brian Overton, and Macho Man himself. A quote from Ted Howard in that Vice article that I mentioned earlier. The one song on the album where Randy said, I want a writer's credit on this one. I want him to know I wrote this one.
Oh, referencing, well, let's play a little and the people will know what we're talking about.
I think it damn overplayed, you set it off. Set it off. Used to be hard hog, now you done turned soft. Doing telephone commercials, I seen ya. Dancing in tight as a ballerina. I knew all along you had those tendencies.
Yeah, the whole thing is a diss track against Hulk Hogan.
Your pay-per-view event was a joke. You're avoiding Randy Savage because you know you can smoke. Come on, that phony fight the Rock straight too fast. But when I challenged Hogan to a real fight, he passed. I called him out, but the punk was scared to go. It was a charity event, but the Hulk didn't show. Hollywood Hulk.
Like, this is real personal, real life shit.
Oh, yeah.
This isn't kayfabe, aka wrestling lore. Like, this is real. This guy does not like the guy known as Hulk Hogan.
Nope, not at all.
Like you said, to the extent that he wanted to be credited as the writer of this track, or as one of the writers of this track.
Yeah, there seems to be a long laundry list of reasonings why Randy Savage did not like Hulk Hogan. And, you know, all of them sort of have a commonality with other people that don't like Hulk Hogan, and it just sort of boils down to the fact that the dude sucks.
Yeah, sounds like he kind of sucks.
Yeah, he just sucks.
Real quick, I want to go back to the top of the clip that I just played because I glossed over a thing here, and that's the fact that Macho Man, like, he was kind of made for this. Like, his interview voice cadence works really well. Like, he's got a flow as a rapper. Like, it doesn't sound as stilted as it could with like some dude who's never done this coming in and going, I'm gonna make a rap album.
Hollywood Hulkster, whatever they call you, I'm coming after you, you coward. I think it damn overplayed, you set it off. Set it off.
Like, from the hot diggity dang, like
Oh, yeah.
he understands clearly at some level like how this works, you know?
Well, I mean, he's a performer, so he knows how to perform and how to put on a show.
Yes, he's a performer, but like that's not always enough. Sometimes things are more niche and people just cannot grasp it or execute it.
Fair.
I'm just giving the guy props. I'm saying he did a
hell
rap
yeah.
album and it doesn't sound, I mean, it does sound like a novelty rap album, but it's the highest art version.
Yeah.
He committed to actually rapping. So good on him.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, all the props in the world to Macho Man Randy Savage for doing this album, having never done anything musically beforehand. So, Dustin, this is a rap diss track, and I am just curious, where this might rank in your list of rap diss tracks across history. What sort of rap diss tracks do you like normally? Are you like a fan of rap diss tracks? I can play you a couple to sort of give you examples of rap diss tracks throughout time.
I'll never turn down some examples. I think the people would love that too. It's hard right now in this moment in time. It's hard to think of anyone but Kendrick Lamar when we're talking about diss tracks, because he literally just months ago destroyed Drake's career in the most amazing way possible.
I mean, I was going to save that for the third one. I was going to go chronologically, but I picked 3 rap diss tracks that altered either the person that made the song's life or the person they made the diss track about. So Kendrick Lamar made Not Like Us in 2024, and it changed Drake's career forever.
Say, Drake, I hear you like I'm young. You better not ever go to cell block 1. To any bitch that talk to him and they in love, just make sure you hide your little sister from him. They tell me Chubb's the only one that get your hand-me-downs, and party at the party playing with his nose now. And Baca got a weird case, why is he around? Certified lover boys, certified pedophiles. Wop, 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 that fuck him up. Wop, 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 I'ma do my stuff. Why you trolling like a bitch, ain't you tired? Trying to strike a chord, and it's probably A minor.
Yeah.
God.
I mean, it might be like recent bias, but like I can't think of a better diss track than this in this moment.
Yeah, Not Like Us is so good. I listened to that song so many fucking times in 2024.
What else you got, though? There are more in history. People have been dissing as long as they've been rapping.
Let's go to one that got 2 of the biggest rap stars in the history of the music genre killed. Hit 'Em Up by Tupac.
First off, fuck your bitch in the clique you claim. West side, when we ride, come equipped with game. You claim to be a player, but I fucked your wife. We bust on bad boys, niggas fuck for life. Plus, Puffy tryna see me weak, hearts I rip. Biggie Smalls and Junior Mafia, some mark ass bitches. We keep on coming while we running for your juice. Steady gunning, keep on busting at them fools. You know the rules. Little Caesar, go ask your homie how I leave you. Cut your young ass up, leave you in pieces. Now be deceased. Lil' Kim, don't fuck around with real G's. Quick to snatch your ugly ass off the streets. So fuck peace.
This song is so brutal.
Yeah, you referenced it. This was from, for the kids who don't remember, that when there were like real stakes to this shit. I mean, that's one of the things that's kind of huge about Kendrick's stuff with Drake is like it's bringing it back to like, oh, this is affecting his life.
Yeah.
Like I feel like there were a lot of the 2000s had some diss stuff, but it was like more playful.
Sure.
There weren't so much real world effects. Eminem, dissed everybody in his career.
Speaking of that, I would like to bring up an Eminem diss track.
I figured you had another one coming.
In 2018, he got into a diss track trade-off with Machine Gun Kelly, and Machine Gun Kelly had to change the entire style of music that he made because everybody sided with Eminem and said, hey, you suck at rapping.
It's funny but so true. I'd rather be 80-year-old me than 20-year-old you. Till I'm hitting old age, still can fill a whole page with a 10-year-old's rage. Got more fans than you in your own city, little kitty, go play. Feel like I'm babysitting Lil Tay. Got the ditty okay, so you spent your whole day shooting a video just to fucking dig your own grave. Got you at your own wake, I'm the Billy Goat. You ain't never made a list, next to no Biggie, no Jay, next to Taylor Swift. And that Iggy Ho, you about to really blow, Kelly. They'll be putting your name next to John, next to Benzino. Die, motherfucker, like the last motherfucker saying Haley in vain, alien brain.
That song is called Kill Shot.
Nice. That one was completely new to me. There's a black hole shape the size of Machine Gun Kelly in my knowledge. I don't know anything about. So I can't there's no way I can come up with something better than the Kendrick one for like, if you're asking me to choose a fave.
Sure.
Got to stick with it. But yeah, no, I mean, those are all, like you said, all had real world effects.
So Be a Man is the official Hogan diss track, but I think that he takes another subtle jab at Hogan in another song called Tear It Up.
Oh yeah.
And it's not in the lyrics.
Little hip hop mixed with a little bit of rock and roll. I'm ready to do this right now.
Listen to that guitar.
Because it sounds like the Hendrix song that Hogan used for his intro music.
It does. It sounds like Voodoo Child.
Okay, fair. I will accept that. that it's a subtle Hogan dig. I think this song is also, just going back to our survey of what was popular at the time, this is his Kid Rock track. The other end of the rap rock spectrum. Oh, hey, Sean, look at that. Phone's lighting up.
Oh, hey, a macho caller. Thanks for calling K-Flix Fiction Radio. What's your name and from where are you calling?
Hi, this is Matt Camp from Parts Unknown.
Holy shit, Matt Camp. What's up, dude? How's it going?
How did I even get in here? I listened to this I didn't know there was a way to call in. This number popped up and I called it and here I am. Are you guys talking about Macho Man? You didn't call me first?
Oh, sorry, man. I really should have called you.
Listen, Sean and I go way back. Dustin, it's a pleasure to meet you. Thanks for having me on the show as well.
Thanks for calling in or happening upon us.
I'm a huge fan. I love the Walk Hard episode, by the way.
Oh, thanks.
Big Walk Hard guy. My daughter, 5-year-old, listens to it. But that's a whole other episode. You guys should go listen to that in the archives. Guys, I have some other facts about Macho Man that you guys left out. Can I share them with you?
Oh, my God. Please do that.
Did you forget about DJ Cool? Because the Let Me Clear My Throat sample's also in there and hit the floor?
Oh, my God.
Wow.
Listen, Macho Man has quite the distinctive voice. It takes you on its own journey. He really ensconces himself in what the rap game is back in 2003. So it's easy to miss that kind of stuff.
Yeah. You know, there's so much to take in for this album. I knew we were going to miss some stuff.
That's a good catch.
I got another one.
Oh.
In Be a Man, the track that will live on for generations to come, there's an Ice Cube No Vaseline sample in there as well.
Holy shit.
I legit missed that one.
Do you think they reached out about that, by the way? What was that process?
There's no way they contacted Ice Cube for that.
Is this Cube? Is this Macho? Big fan of No Vaseline. Thinking maybe send over some Slim Jims, get a little No Vaseline sample on Be a Man. What are you thinking?
I love to believe it went down
went.
exactly like that. Yeah.
Just like that, yeah. Here's another one. Macho Man's brother, Lanny Poffo, who some of you may know as The Genius,
Yes?
who wrote his own poems, co-wrote Perfect Friend, which is about Mr. Perfect, the late, great Kurt Hennig.
Oh, wow.
Which makes sense, Sean. You would know this especially because The Genius managed Mr. Perfect. They were
He
very
did.
close.
Yes.
Yes, he did.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Now, this is not about the music necessarily, but I have some other Macho Man facts I thought I could bring along to you guys today.
Well, I mean, you've been hitting us with great stuff so far. Please keep giving it.
I shared the same makeup artist as Macho Man in WWE. Obviously, she had worked there for quite some time. Now, this is one of the wildest facts that would make no sense unless I heard it from her. Think about Macho Man's outfits, right? Comes out in 4 different gears when he wins the WWF Championship in the tournament at WrestleMania 4. He went from the trunks to the long pants to the cowboy hat. Macho Man was colorblind.
What?
And the makeup person, shout out to Jill, who we love, the makeup person had to help him coordinate his stuff. So he would get gear, but when he had to put it all together, Jill, can you help me out with this one? Is that green or brown? Brown's not a good wrestling color. Ask Shawn Michaels.
Wow.
So he was colorblind. And I heard that. I was like, okay, sure. Maybe that's why he wore a lot of black and white at the end of his career.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe, but it could also explain throwing on the pink tassels and stuff other people wouldn't have done, maybe. More daring color choices.
You know what? I thought that as well, where it's like, oh, wear whatever. And then he would have such lavish outlets. Okay, I got a couple other ones. Maybe just a year or two past its time, and that's why a lot of people don't know about this, but there is an unreleased Macho Man disco album from 1980 that was written by Leap and Lanny Poffo, but unreleased.
Wow.
Are you kidding me? Can we find this,
But
Sean?
in 80, though, did he miss it? Is that why? Is that why it didn't?
It's a little late, yeah.
Find our way. Why didn't we hear that? Was Macho not disco enough?
Wow.
Because he's not the Macho King. We didn't have the glitz and the glam. He was an outlaw wrestler in Memphis, Tennessee back in the day, which is giving me pause to think about why he somehow landed with a disco album, but I digress.
Dustin, did you catch this in your research?
No. completely missed this one.
Do you guys know about Macho's baseball career?
Oh, yes.
Have you talked? Okay, I'm sure you've talked about
We
that.
mentioned it, yeah.
Yeah, minor league for the Cardinals.
Did you know, and I say this as a New York Mets fan, this is a 100% very real thing. Macho Man was captured sitting about 10 or 15 rows behind home plate at a New York Mets spring training game in Port St. Lucie, Florida, while on a flip phone. Like, you see his face, he's got the big, it's Macho, but he's got white hair and he's got like a Kangol hat back and he's a huge baseball. And there's Macho. Like, I just imagine, like, wonder how the Yankees did down the road in Tampa. And a few barn burners in Tampa.
Oh,
and there he is
man.
on a flip phone, just taking in
On
like
a
a
flip
Mets
phone,
game.
just
in
like is
spring
this like
training.
a text for the latest scores?
Yeah, right.
Service?
That's what I was like. Does he have like the ESPN beeper somewhere, like back in the day? Macho Man to me is like he was so always in character all the time, right?
Oh, yeah.
Wrestling, promos, appearances, Arsenio Hall. He'd go hit bombs in the softball games, but he was still Macho Man. So we never like learned about him other than like finding out he played baseball and then the rap album and the beef with Hogan and all that. And like, it's like, oh, was he like a huge sports? Like, there are no stories about that with Macho Man, which we need to keep digging. And I hope this episode piques people's interest to keep digging about the Macho Man. But I have more.
Oh, great.
I was able to, in the switchover to LA Knight and Bianca Belair as the spokespeople for Slim Jim, they lapsed on the trademark. I own, oh yeah. I own it.
There's no way.
Hold on.
You got, I know everybody's listening to a podcast. The guys can see me, but like all the sneakers that are in my studio, and it's just because I own Oh Yeah. I just paid for it for
Paid
that.
for it by
Kool-Aid
Oh Yeah.
calls to license it out every once in a while, but I take it on. I'm willing and I'm able to make a nice living, and my daughter will pay for her college because Slim Jim let the trademark lapse. So thank you, Slim Jim. Oh yeah, indeed. Also,
That is really incredible. Like, not credible.
the two women that have been most closely tied to Macho Man in his career were Miss Elizabeth and Sherry Martel, Scary Sherry,
Yeah.
Sensational Sherry. But they were actually clones. But in true twin style, Miss Elizabeth got all the good and Sherry got all the bad. And that's why Liz was with Macho for so much of his time when he was good, and Sherry was when he was bad and made him worse. And at WrestleMania 7, the clones came together, and that's why we didn't see Sherry anymore after that.
Came together like merged?
Well, at WrestleMania 7, Sherry was mad at Macho for losing his career, so then Liz came out of the crowd, and then the red-haired lady was crying because they came back together, but that was it. The clones couldn't be in the same place.
Oh.
I don't know.
Wow.
Yeah.
Pretty unbelievable.
Clones, not twins. Clones.
Clones.
Oh,
Clones.
sure. Yeah. Okay.
But Sherry also got all the wrestling talent.
Right.
Liz didn't do the wrestling stuff. Anyway, one more. Slim Jim actually purchased Macho's body, but for undisclosed purposes. And while we have never seen them use this, because like they've used old footage of him in these LA Knight commercials, there's talk, because they came out with these like Savage Slim Jims, that a little bit of Macho's essence is what makes them savage.
Oh, there's no. Mm-mm. Now you've said a lot of things here, Matt, that are definitely true, and I believe them. You've said a couple of things that are I don't know, sort of teeter-tottering, but this one there's no way that they put Macho in the Slim Jims, right?
Oh yeah.
Well, I'll even buy that you own the trademark to Oh Yeah, okay? There's no way that Macho's in the Slim Jims. I'm gonna have to draw a line there, buddy.
Just saying. It's not always about a cup of coffee. It's not always about thinking about it. But when you have the champion's prerogative, you could put in your will that you become part of your own Slim Jim. Yeah. Snap it to me.
Oh my God. All right. Well, thank you so much for calling in, Matt. This has been a fantastic call with loads of information. Please tell our listeners where they can find you doing awesome things. Yes, some of it true. Other things I'm not going to buy, but please tell the people where they can find you.
Well, if you want to buy your Oh Yeah shirts, just DM me at the Matt Camp on all social media. We'll work out a deal. You can find me on AEW programming. Please watch Dynamite and Collision on both TBS, TNT, and streaming on Max X now. We're there too. I'm on Bleacher Report Monday through Thursday, 3 Eastern doing wrestling streams and Busted Open Radio as well. And Sean and I go back to my early days at Bleacher Report when he was a fan, watching me give out fantasy advice, and he would send in photoshops of fantastic things like Marcus Valdez-Scantling as RVD and the pugs and everything. So Sean is the best. I love this podcast. Dustin, it's been nice to get to know you via the podcast.
For sure.
Keep up the great work. And as always, be a man. Don't be scared.
Thanks for calling in, Matt.
You got it, guys.
Oh, man, that was a great call. And Matt gave us some interesting information of stuff that we missed. So I would just like to play the samples.
We really dropped the ball. Let's
Yeah.
you gonna play all the shit we forgot about for the people?
Yeah, I figured it would be nice for them to hear. So here is the Let Me Clear My Throat sample from Hit the Floor.
I heard a minute. I heard it.
Yep, it's the cough. It's the DJ Cool cough.
Yeah, I don't even know if I would say it's a sample. DJ Cool's on this track with Macho Man.
Yeah, he is, but at the same time, I don't believe that he coughs on every track, so it might just be specific for that song. So I guess that's why it's a sample of it.
Do you have verified information that it is a sample? Or, I would say we don't know whether DJ Cool came in and just coughed on the day for that track with Macho Man.
Well, fair. I guess in that case, it wouldn't be a sample so much as a call out to the song, but...
Oh, it's definitely a reference, to that song.
That's just getting a little nitpicky, I would say, but...
Oh, okay. I'll pick that nit every time. A sample is a sample. A sample is from the original recording. That's a sample in my mind.
I would argue that simply using the same lyrics is a sample.
No. Really?
Yeah. Because you're sampling the lyrics from that song.
Yeah. I've never thought about it that way. I don't know. I think we'll have to agree to disagree on this one, but this is going to come up in the future again, I'm sure.
I guarantee it will. Anyway, here's what Matt was talking about between Be a Man and Ice Cube's No Vaseline.
Hey, you set it off. Set it off. Used to be hard hog, now you done turned soft. Doing telephone commercials, I seen ya.
And No Vaseline from Ice Cube.
Damn, I'm glad y'all set it off. Used to be hard, now you just wet and soft.
See, again, that one right there is even another lyrical sample.
Okay, yeah. If you say lyrical sample, I'll buy it. If you say lyrical sample, but if you just say sample to me is a needle drop from the track. But lyrical sample,
fair
yes.
point.
Okay, I'll give you that. We're coming together.
Let me say that both of these were lyrical samples then.
Okay, gotcha.
There we go. Okay.
Well, and in the case of the DJ Cool thing, I'm saying I don't know. He could have been like, I don't really cough like that anymore. Pull it from the record,
Yeah.
Like I ruined my throat clearing it at every show for the past decade plus, whatever it had been.
My throat is so clear I can no longer cough. Oh, man, that is awesome. I can't believe we missed these. And thank you, Matt, for bringing them up. Now let's get back into the action.
Let's get back to the songs from this album with Macho Man's track of the same title, Get Back.
Let it be known, Randy don't play no games. Burning like flames, I'm kicking butts and taking names.
Kicking butts.
One slap to the face, and now I got your butt. Ooh, now you're trying to run. And now you're stunned. I'm terrorizing without a gun. You should have known not to step up, cause I'm in command. You got slammed by the Macho Man. That's the plan.
This is like his Nas track. Like this one, it's like he's like really serious in this one.
Oh, okay.
He's got the strings, like
Yeah.
that was my thought. Insane in the Brain. There he goes, stealing
That's
more
some Cypress Hill. Yeah.
lyrics. Yep.
I do think you're right in how the song sounds. The thing that I found interesting about this song was that the next year, in 2004, Ludacris has a song called Get Back.
Why you all in my ear talking a whole bunch of shit that I ain't trying to hear? Get back, motherfucker, you don't know me like that.
I think this one did a little better on the charts
It did?
than Macho Man's. I'd have to look it up, honestly.
Yeah, I'd have to go to Billboard and make sure.
There are several moments throughout this where I do wonder if more contemporary artists have heard and were influenced by this Macho Man album. Like, I legitimately do wonder on some things. One of them is from the second track on this album, which is called I'm Back. Not Get Back, I'm Back.
People on the street say, Randy, you the illest. You're one of the realest, so it's not hard to feel this. People want to know if Macho's still in the ring. People want to know if Randy's doing his thing. Everybody's talking, want to know this and that. So I'm going to tell you right now, Randy Savage is back.
Did you catch anything notable in that one?
I'm a big fan of that song.
The little, like, sort of off-screen shout from somebody else asking Randy a question.
Oh, right. Uh-huh.
That immediately called out to me as...
Dudes, you know I'm talking to you.
We love you, Natalie.
I want
this bit of the Lonely Island Natalie Portman rap. Same vibe, too, with that song.
Yeah.
And I would not be surprised if those guys were a little bit, at least, familiar with the Macho Man album.
Yeah.
Hey guys, it's us from the future, and we were just listening to a new episode of the Lonely Island and Seth Meyers podcast, which actually featured an episode of the Seth Meyers and his brother Family Trips podcast, featuring Jorma Taccone from the Lonely Island. And in it, Jorma confirms that indeed they were aware of the Macho Man album.
I cannot believe this happened.
It was very well timed. They posted this episode after we recorded the Macho special, so we felt like we had to cut it in.
Yeah, we're recording this update days before it comes out. It's like about to come out. That's how recent this episode of the Lonely Island and Seth Meyers podcast is.
But yeah, it was too good to pass up. So enjoy this quick clip confirming that at least Jorma from the Lonely Island was well aware of the Macho Man album, and indeed, I think it could have inspired elements of Natalie's rap.
If you could take a vacation with any family, alive or dead, fictional or real, other than your own family, what family would you like to take a vacation with?
It's hard not to, like, Macho Man's family, you know?
Randy Macho Man Savage.
Like Macho Man Randy Savage's family. And I would hope it would be like somewhere in Florida.
Yeah.
By the way, just a little shout out. Macho Man released a rap album and it's called Be a Man Hulk. It's a diss album to Hulk Hogan. If you have not heard it, it's one of the best things you've ever heard. It's really well produced. And he says, because he doesn't want to like alienate fans, he says, kick you in the butt a lot. He's like, I'll kick you in the butt. Like it's fucking great. And you can tell he's like a real
I'm glad you said if you haven't heard it for all the listeners who were like, I heard that, dude. Oh, okay.
I don't know how nerdy comedy fans your audience is. I assume some.
I think that's a wrestling and rap fans. I don't even know if that's
It's comedy actually.
Yeah.
It's full on comedy.
And now back to your regularly scheduled programming.
But it's it's like a I don't even know what you call it. It's the opposite of a diss track. It's a I'm the fucking best track.
Oh, yeah. Which is another rap trope.
Yeah. I just don't know if it has a name. So yeah, did they pull it from the Macho Man album? I don't know, but it's funny. One of those funny similarities.
Oh, I love that. Swinging it back to songs that have the title of other songs, here's Let's Get It On.
Power and we're ready to rap. With the force so deadly it'll snap your neck. We're about to put this thing in motion.
This is another one where the beat stood out to me as sounding like another song.
Oh, me too. I wonder if we landed in the same place.
I hope so, but at the same time, I don't.
Yeah.
Just step in the ring. Let's go, baby. Come on, tear it up. Let's roll, baby. Come on, kick some butt. Everybody.
And we got more butt kicking.
This is one of the butt kicking tracks. Most of them are.
Now, I'm not thrilled that I'm about to play the song that Let's Get It On reminds me of.
Oh, I think I know what it is then.
Just know that I'm not thrilled at all to be playing this or mentioning the artist.
I know what it is.
Here comes 2001's Bad Boy for Life by Diddy.
I survived what I've been through. Y'all got drama, the saga continues. We ain't going.
One day, I just started singing the We Ain't Going Nowhere to that Macho Man song, and I was like, oh, there it is! I think it's accurate then if you got there and I got there.
So, okay, here, what's funny, Sean, is I got there, but I swerved at the last minute. I was like, I don't want to talk about Diddy. It reminded me simultaneously of two tracks, and that was one of them, but the other one was more of a southern rap track, Welcome to Atlanta, from Jermaine Dupri.
Okay, yeah. Is this the remix or the original?
This is the remix, which does also feature Diddy.
Yes, it features Diddy and the Saint Lunatics. This song is in the Sandlerverse.
Oh, yeah. Anyway, the bass line.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
That like little like relief section, dun, dun, I think fits as well. But I honestly, Diddy and Jermaine Dupri, I think were working together a bunch at this time, so it makes sense that both of those songs have a similar sound. Okay, for our next track, I would like to bring it on over to Macho Thing.
Got their hands in the air, no one's on the wall. Saw a dime at the bar about 5 feet tall. She gave me the number and said, give me a call. This type of thing happens every occasion. Don't get caught up, that's not in the equation. Got my mind on my money and my money on my mind. But right now I'm trying to have a real good time. Come on.
Wow, you were mouthing the words. You know this.
I do, yeah. I know the words to these songs.
Yeah, guess it's just a macho thing.
All right, I've got a few things just from that clip right there. First of all, this is another great example of like they're just feeding him like rap things to say. There's no question in my mind, Macho Man Randy Savage, a 50-year-old man at the time this was recorded-ish probably, would come up with a lyric like, I saw a dime at the bar.
Yeah,
it's just, somebody was like, that's a rap thing to say. And he was like, okay. And then he delivered it. It was great. Also, if you notice in there, he stole another line.
Oh, you mean this one?
With my mind on my money and my money on my mind.
From Snoop Dogg's Gin and Juice?
I do mean that one. And I was going to give him a hard time for it. I really was. But Sean, it goes deeper because Snoop stole it too.
I keep my mind on my money, money on my mind.
Because this Tupac song came out a few months before Gin and Juice.
It did. I had that queued up, and I'm honestly willing to bet that Tupac may have heard Gin and Juice before.
Oh, you think?
They're both signed to the same label. They were friends. I understand it's dicey, but they came out so close together, and this is a featured track.
Yeah, this is MC Breed, Gotta Get Mine, featuring Tupac.
I don't know. I genuinely don't know which one came first. I do know that this one was released first. You are correct in that, but I don't know which one was recorded first. That's the thing.
That's fair. That's fair. Yeah, we don't know when the songs were actually written.
Right.
But yeah, anyway, I think it goes to serve the overall point of like, this is just a thing that happens in rap.
100%.
Good lyrics get reused.
Yes. And now, there are women that are singing on this track, and they are sisters. Their band name was Aja, and they were a Big 3 record label act as well.
They were.
They put out an album in 2003. Here is their song, Shake It Baby.
We gon' keep it moving. In the club, let me see you wave your hands. To the people on the floor, let me see you do your dance. To the people in the VIP, just wave your hands. Come on, everybody, get up, everybody, and shake.
The Big 3 stable wasn't super deep from what I can
No.
tell, but they used the hell out of it on this Macho Man record.
Got to.
Oh man, it's been so funny staring at the album cover of him for this whole recording, because we always have another clip queued up. It looked like he was hanging from the chain, but he's not even hanging from it. He's just holding a chain,
Yeah, he's just stretching it out.
but he's like at a weird angle where it looks like he could be swinging.
Yeah, just George of the Jungle on that chain.
Yeah. That's honestly what I thought this whole time, and then I just went, no, he's not hanging from anything.
Well, let's go ahead and just skip right to the next song. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to feel the madness.
Nothing can save you. Macho Man Randy Savage bought the bullet keeper. Everybody knows I'm dropping right on time. And I'm hitting you in the head with the beats of the rhyme. I got your head bobbing hard with your hands in the air. All the ladies in the front shake your derriere. They stop and stare as I display my greatness. All my enemies and foes, they'll be sure to hate this. I'm coming at your fools at a whole different level. Bear and you hate us, so go get the shovel. When they ask who's the big wolf, you know who's the baddest. Put your hands up, come on, feel the madness.
I took this as just kind of being the grunge track.
Really? This is a grunge vibe to you?
The vocals, yeah.
Okay, interesting.
I had a hard time coming up with who that vocal sort of sounded like. I zeroed in on just the guitar at the beginning.
The guitarist for Feel the Madness is again Guy Walker.
Can you feel?
So the guitar here and the bass a little bit, I'm just now noticing. feel sort of ragey.
Okay.
Feel a little bit Tom Morello, and specifically, actually, they don't bring to mind a specific Rage Against the Machine song, but I did immediately when I heard that guitar, think of this. The theme music from Pacific Rim, which is by Ramin Djawadi, featuring Tom Morello playing the guitar with drill or something, I presume.
Yeah, something crazy.
That was the most instantaneous, just like, oh shit, for me. Like, it just like, oh, this sounds like the Pacific Rim song, because I love the Pacific Rim song.
Hell yeah.
Okay, we're getting down to it. We got a couple tracks left. Let's kick it on over to the slow jam. What's that all about? Pretty Lady. Macho Man's going to serenade us with this one.
Hey, baby, what's the problem? You know I'll do anything in the world, baby girl, just to solve them. Cause all I want to do is make you smile and bring joy to your life. I ain't trying to be foul, cause I'll never doubt you. I'm all about you. Tell you the truth, I can't breathe without you. By my side through trying times, and I knew right then I had to make you mine.
When we get to the chorus here, Dustin, let me know if it sounds like anybody you might know from other musical stylings.
About another so deeply.
First you love me, then you hate me, wanna leave me, pretty lady, can you tell me, what's that all about? First you love me, then you hate me.
I mean, it's evoking like a Sean Paul kind of thing.
Oh, wow, okay.
If I can try to think of what they might have been going for.
Wow, I didn't expect you to say Sean Paul. That's pretty funny.
I was trying to think contemporary.
Okay, yeah. I'm going to play a song from 2001. The artist I'm thinking of is a featured artist on this track. The song is called Lay Low by Snoop Dogg featuring Nate Dogg.
For the nigga who be talking loud and holding his dick, talking shit, he better lay low. The bitch that said I shot some shit up out of my dick, now she sick, she better lay low.
It just seems like he was doing a really good Nate Dogg on that song. It was like, hey man, if you could channel your fucking Nate Dogg and just lay that down for the chorus.
Interesting. See, I don't know that anybody can channel Nate Dogg. That voice is so smooth.
I mean, it is so smooth, but especially the about.
Do we know who this is?
I do know who this is. Yes, it's Ulrich Johnson Jr., who is a former linebacker for the New York Jets, Minnesota Vikings, and New England Patriots.
No kidding.
Here is this song, Without You.
It was 1995. As my mind begins to unwind, I start thinking about all the things.
Doing an R. Kelly thing here.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, Ulrich Johnson Jr.
Nice.
And then,
was that a Big 3 production? Do you happen to know?
I honest to God could not find out a lot of information about Ulrich Johnson's music career.
Fair enough.
So I think it's time we move on to the penultimate track. And I wanted to save this one for the end of the show because this is the song that literally drove me crazy while preparing for the show. For days, I was sitting here being like, where the fuck did the beat of this song come from? What does it remind me of? So much so, Dustin, I even texted you and I said, Dustin, what does the beat of this song remind you of? If you think of anything, play it for me. Don't play it now. I'm going to play the Macho Man song, and then you play the song that you sent me.
Okay.
Here's Remember Me by Macho Man Randy Savage.
Y'all remember me from back in the days. The wrestling OG, Randy Savage don't play. But chilling in the cut, but I'm back on the scene. I'll still kick your butt, cause I'm still
Butt kicking.
with the heat. So don't try to stop me. Refuse to get beat. So y'all can't top me. Still got the fury, still got the fire. The best till I retire, cause that's my desire. But now I flip the script. I'm rapping on the mic, but don't get it twisted. I'm always down to fight, cause it's in the blood to pass on the legacy. Macho Man from the School of Hard Knocks. Remember me.
Remember me, I'm the same old macho that I
Bum, ba-dum, ba-dum, bum, bum. That's the thing that I couldn't place.
Okay, interesting. Yeah, that's what I zeroed on as well.
All right, Dustin. So what did you send me?
So I grabbed onto that same the little like string bit, I think it's a fake violin, but violin bit.
Right.
I jumped to you only remember this one if you were our age. Exactly, I think. But this is kind of a one-hit wonder. Blue Cantrell with her song Hit 'Em Up Style.
While he was scheming, I was beaming in the beamer, just steaming.
I mean, it's a better guess than I was coming up with on my own, but this is not the song that I was thinking of. So yesterday, in a pure fit of frustration, I actually stomped my foot in anger that I was so frustrated yesterday while listening to this song.
Jesus. Okay.
Picked my foot up off the ground, I slammed it down, and I said, who the fuck can I ask about this? So I texted my music buff cousin, Scott, and I said, dude, take a listen to this Macho Man song. Let me know if it reminds you of anything. Then I sent him a voice note of me doing the bop ba da ba da bop bop, and then what I thought the song that is in my head sounded like.
Uh-huh.
Took him 2 tries, fucking nailed it. So thank you, Scott. Once again, you're amazing. This is a song. It's from 2002. It's called Happy by Ashanti featuring Ja Rule.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It's on a flute this time.
Drove me crazy.
Yeah, okay. That was a little undercover. I was looking for violin. I was looking for a string piece. But you're right. Melodically, that's it.
It hits the same.
Man, Ashanti, that's another one I don't think a lot of people remember offhand.
Oh, yeah. I mean, do you remember that song? I remember that song. Of course, it was in my head.
I don't think I knew that song. I think that was new to me.
Nice. Now, this song is also interesting because there was another thing that triggered in my brain, though I was sort of able to zero in on that one a little bit more. It's a specific way that the featured artist in this song sort of sings a little line. It's the La La La's. Remind me of Hail Mary by Tupac.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. That part you just played, I had something about it as well, and I just wanted to say, I think it sounds so funny. Like it sounds so funny here because we have one featured singer, like you said, and it's a part where I think it would normally be like a chorus, but it's just one, and she's singing first person as Macho Man. It's not remember him, single macho that he used to be. And it just, I'm like, why does it sound weird? And I had to go through this whole thing in my head of like, well, it sounds weird. It wouldn't sound weird if it was multiple people. If he was singing it for sure. Or if it was multiple people sort of backing him up and then he cuts out and it goes to them. But the fact that it's one person who's clearly not Macho Man being like, remember me, just a little confused.
Oh, that's really funny. It looks like the featured artist on this track is Shiana Ramona, by the way.
So what's our final track? It's going to be My Perfect Friend?
Yes!
It's the final track on the album, and it's the most touching one because it's a tribute to Kurt Hennig, a.k.a. Mr. Perfect.
Yeah.
Another wrestler who had passed already by this time.
And as Matt Camp mentioned in the call-in, this is co-written by Macho's brother.
Yes.
Along with Jerome Rome Jefferson and Khalid Keane.
Lanny Poffo, who was really important in a few ways in Macho Man's life.
Yes.
He was also the guy who attended the Hall of Fame induction for him.
Uh-huh.
And he was also, I don't know if you read this fact. First of all, Macho Man died unexpectedly. He had a heart attack.
Yeah, sadly.
Just a few days prior, he had spread the ashes of his dog who had passed in this like spot in the woods. And he had told his brother Lanny, remember this spot? It's where I want my ashes spread too.
Oh.
And so that's where he ended up.
Wow, okay. I did not know that. So here's the song, My Perfect Friend.
Hey Kurt, we miss you, but we know you're in a better place. It's kinda hard as time goes on and I don't see your face. So I'm clinching and I'm holding on to memories. Remember the times rolling strong, just you and me. It's real hard sometimes to keep it going day to day. But I know you wouldn't want it any other way. So I keep it moving, doing what I gotta do. And as a tribute, I'm dedicating a song to you. You are my perfect
Does the chorus sound like any artist to you, Dustin?
No one's sticking out like it's just somebody from the R&B world of the early 2000s.
Oh, well, you would be correct, and they are featured in this Tupac song called How Do You Want It, and the artist is Casey and JoJo.
How do you want it? How do you feel? Coming up as a nigga in the cash game and in the fast lane, not for real. How do you want it?
Now, Casey and JoJo did have their own career, and they had solo hits as well, but this one fit the vibe a little bit more.
Well, yeah, because it's they're guesting on a rap track. I thought you were going to go with one of Tupac's more like tribute-y...
like Dear Mama or something like that?
Like Dear Mama or something like that, yeah.
Sure. If I wasn't so focused on the Casey and JoJo aspect, yeah, I can see that. So the featured artist, who I think sounds like Casey and JoJo, is a band called Primary Colors. They are a 4-dude music act, and here is their song called If You Only Knew.
Sounds exactly like one of the songs from Turning Red.
Oh, yeah. So this song hit number 1 on the Hot Single Sales charts.
Really?
In 2002, and number 78 on the R&B charts.
Wow.
One of the very interesting things that I came across for today's show that I was not aware of before. Did you come across any information about this song being sort of controversial in the stance that people think it was ripped off?
Oh, no. No, I didn't find any of that.
Okay. So I'm going to play a little bit more of Perfect Friend just so that way you can rehear it. And then I'm going to play you a clip of what people think ripped this song off. And then I'm going to play you a clip of both songs being played at the same time.
Okay.
Mr. Perfect's the name, it'll never be forgotten. As long as Macho's around, I'ma keep your spot in wrestling history, cause you were all about perfection. It's not a mystery that wrestling was the right selection.
Okay. So this song came out in 2003.
Okay.
The song that people claim ripped off My Perfect Friend by Macho Man Randy Savage came out in 2006. It is called What Goes Around Comes Around by Justin Timberlake. Do you hear it at all?
I can get there.
Hey girl,
I'm not willing to say he stole anything yet.
Fair. I couldn't necessarily hear it until I found the clip on... So I don't know if this YouTube channel, if this is the creator of the clip, or if they just took it off of the website You're the Man Now Dog, because that was where it was uploaded originally.
Okay. Oh man, there are a few things, Sean, from YTM and that I wish I could find back so badly.
Top tier level that fucking site was back in the day.
There was some very
such great stuff.
Real quick, it was this, because it's gonna sound crazy to kids now, but it was a website where you could make like a little, you could upload a video or an animation or whatever, and it's just, you had a page on this site, and that it would play and it would loop over and over. That was it. It was kind of bridging the gap from an animated GIF to not quite YouTube.
That's true, yeah.
But it was a special thing.
Anyway, this comparison came from You're the Man Now Dog, and now lives on YouTube with the title Fun with Pop Music, Macho Man Randy Savage versus Justin Timberlake. And it is on the YouTube channel of Corey Pierce.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. I mean, it was just an interesting thing that I found online that people were sort of talking about. So it's like, oh man, I completely missed that discourse. So I just wanted to bring it up,
Cool. Okay. That's a good find. That was an interesting find. Just the idea that Justin Timberlake was like, I need material. And
was like,
sourced from this Macho Man record.
can you imagine him fucking bringing that in? Be like, yo, Timbaland, we need to remake this Macho Man song about Mr. Perfect.
I mean, the thing is, I could, maybe, who knows? People have the strangest influences, and that's what makes the industry unique.
That's so
Especially
true.
producers and stuff. I would be more on the side of Timbaland as the one who brought it, but who knows?
So I just wanted to go ahead and give a little bit of a shine to Lanny as well.
Yeah.
Because he had a character called The Genius, and I feel like it helped him co-write this song. So here's a promo of Lanny Poffo as The Genius.
I am the genius, Lanny Poffo. That means an awful lot. Not only can I prove I am, but you can't prove I'm not. I speak 11 languages. Escuchen, por favor. Santana comes from Mexico. Yo hablo más mejor. The French I speak is magnifique. They told me in Paris. My Italian's molto bene. I learned when I was 3. I speak Latin, Greek, and Russian, Hebrew, and Portuguese. I speak Swedish and Norwegian. And I'm learning Japanese. Aside from my intelligence, I'm cunning as a rat. And I shall put these attributes to use upon the mat. I remind the competition and every wrestling fan, behold, the genius Lanny Poffo, the world's smartest man.
Yeah, what it's just strange seeing a clip of him because he's like a bizarro Macho Man. Like
Yeah.
he's so refined and not roided out looking.
Yeah, and, doesn't have the voice.
No. Like has a smooth, buttery voice, an intellectual voice.
So yeah, just wanted to give Lanny some credit for, being able to rhyme and, he co-wrote this rap ballad tribute song,
Well, before we land this plane, I just wanted to go back to. I mean, you kind of took us there with the Justin Timberlake clip because that was kind of veering into mashup territory, and I just wanted to talk a minute about how this album, clips from this album, have sort of resurfaced in the last few years because I think Macho Man has become a very memeable character, and so I just wanted to highlight real quick a couple tracks by this guy who I know I've sent you some of his stuff before, but to introduce anyone else to him, this guy named DJ Cummerbund, who is, he does a lot of crazy stuff, but he uses Macho Man a lot. He uses the "oh yeah" in almost every track he publishes, but like, here's a couple examples of where he's really gone to the source of the Be a Man album.
It's a compliment when y'all imitate me, but it's war if you try to intimidate me. SOHK is a curriculum. That's the school of hard knocks. We don't pick no bumps. So you gotta be hard and expect to pass, or hit the floor real fast if you fail my class. East Coast, West Coast, everybody worldwide, get your hands in the air. Hit the floor. Right side, left side, inside, outside, this side, that side. Come on, hit the floor. Y'all ready to party? Y'all wanna do it now? Y'all really ain't ready? Y'all want some more? Come on, hit the floor. Yeah, this is the macho thing.
Get a little Mean Gene in there. That's DJ Cummerbund's Uptown Funk Macho Mix.
So good.
Obviously uses Uptown Funk by Mark Ronson and Bruno Mars as the bass line, and then adds Macho and DJ Cool. So one more while we're on this guy, and this one is there's a lot of folks in this one, but this is DJ Cummerbund's Everybody Macho's Back.
There is a lot of people on this one already.
Because I didn't beat the warrior, he beat himself. He lives in my shadow like everyone does. East side, west side, everybody, worldwide, get your hands in the air. Hit the floor, right side, left side, inside. Come on, hit the floor.
So we had David Bowie in the beginning there, and now it's Macho and DJ Cool again over top of Backstreet Boys, Everybody.
The promo clip that they use too. The Ultimate Warrior lives in my shadow.
he pulls a lot of good Macho Man interview stuff.
Macho Man, as a kid, I did not appreciate his promo abilities, but now as an adult,
oh yeah,
I don't think anyone has ever been as good or will be. Macho Man is the cream of the crop. Like you said, there was that supercut of him just clearly using props from the crafty table. Like he would just like have the tiniest trash can underneath of his outfit, and then he would reveal it and be like, "Honky tonk man, you belong in the garbage."
Yeah,
it's so crazy.
It reveals how little prep work went into these interviews, I think for everybody, but like he still made them gold every time. The cream of the crop where he's holding a tiny little creamer.
Yeah, and he puts it on his head and then it spins around, it falls, and he goes, on balance, off balance.
Yeah, he just always had a phrase to like bring it back around no matter what happened. The cup of coffee one. Love the way he says a cup of coffee. Like that one, he really doesn't make a point, but it's still like an engaging appearance.
Oh yeah. Like I saw this one interview clip where Mean Gene is introducing Macho, and Macho slides into the frame as the camera gets wider, and he has a full-blown Coke mouth episode where his jaw becomes unhinged and his pointed tongue just jettisons out and waggles around. And Mean Gene is turning to Macho as it's happening, so he sees it. Mean Gene stops talking and he goes, "Now what was that?" And Macho goes, "That was magic. It happened so fast no one saw it." And like, it was so fucking hilarious. And the beat goes on. The best.
Yeah. He had a way, like, it was like a preacher-like quality of just bringing it back around to that one phrase that he's going to keep grabbing onto for the duration of the interview.
Oh, yes.
When the beat goes on or the cup of coffee or whatever, you would always just have that one thing to circle around, and then everything else just worked.
Also, the amount of times that, like, he leaves an interview too early and Mean Gene yells after him, like, "Macho, one more question." And he's like, "No more questions!" Like, from way off screen. Like, you can barely hear him.
Yeah.
All right, Dustin, so let's land that plane that you brought up earlier, and let me just fire off the normal question, but slightly altered because Macho Man did give us a fictional album. So will you continue to listen to this Macho Man record? And here's the thing. Had you listened to the whole thing before this show?
Okay, two-parter. I'll probably come back to it at some point. It's just got too much stuff not to. I don't know if I've ever listened to the whole album. I've heard tracks from it before, for sure. I remember when it came out. I remember the song Be a Man, and a few others, I think when I fired it up this time, sounded familiar to me. But no, I never actually, before this, gave it a full sit-down listen.
Nice. Well, I'm glad you finally got around to it.
Yeah. And for you, sir, I assume you have listened to it all the way through before.
Oh my goodness. I listened to this album so often in the final months of 2003 and well into 2004, and I still put it on for fun occasionally. Not to the extent that I was listening to the album in preparation for this show. As you pointed out, I was singing along to a majority of these songs as I have relearned them all again.
Now, I gotta ask, do you have it on vinyl? Because it did get a vinyl release.
It did get a vinyl release. I do not have it. I thought about buying it specifically before this episode. I have been wanting to pick up a copy of it. It was originally released as only 1,000 copies for a record store day, but it has since gotten a wider release in other colors as well.
Gotcha. Had to ask. You're the vinyl guy.
Yes, I'm the vinyl guy. I'm wearing a shirt right now that is the cover of this album.
You do have that, and that is courtesy of
Meth Syndicate,
a former caller for this show.
Yes. Well, to be fair, I called him, but yes.
Someone we've spoken to on air before.
So thank you, Mr. Syndicate, for this glorious shirt. One of many shirts of yours that I own and love. And if you liked this episode even half as much as I love Meth Syndicate, please give us a rating and review on whatever platform you're currently listening to this on. And if it happens to be on YouTube, go ahead and give a like and subscribe as well.
Yeah, do all that stuff. And we're online, other places, fictionradiopod.com. And you can contact us at fictionradiopod@gmail.com.
Oh, yeah. See you next week.
Watching movies and jamming out. Fiction Radio.